As promised, or possibly threatened, depending on your interest level in such things, today I'll be taking care of the last bit of 2025 yard sale Lego that I still have to clean and organize. So if you enjoy that type of content, cleaning and organizing of Lego, which I admit is probably a very small portion of us, but I know they're out there, I think you're going to enjoy this one. Now that you've properly been warned, we'll start this off with a follow-up on yesterday's video. If you remember back, I got this, I guess we'll call it a teal bin full of a lot of non-Lego stuff and some loose Lego. And last night I just went ahead and cleaned that all up, and I've got it all organized and laid out here so you can see this. As I promised, cleaning and organizing, some of it already done, but I just wanted to show you what was all inside this as I slowly pan over, and I'll show you the pieces and parts and all the fun stuff that came out of this for $5. Everything you see here was $5, and the beauty of it is, even though I'm going to be donating the majority of the things that were in there, including everything you see here, there were a few items that I found to put on my eBay store. So if any of these items happen to sell, that will more than pay for everything that you see here. So that was kind of cool and a pleasant surprise, and I guess kind of a nice Lego economy. You find things, you sell things that you don't need, and it finances the things that you really love, like vintage Lego. And that's what we have here. You guys were shouting out some vintage sets that were in here, and I will do a little follow-up on that as well. In fact, I did a short on the fire truck and the police truck, the light and sound ones. It did not go well, but you can watch that short and see what was in there, including a lot of corrosion from a 33-year-old expired battery that was inside this. I cleaned it up some, but it did not fare too well. This one though is absolutely beautiful. So we got lucky there. We saw those Lego flags, and here's the minifigs. I think I showed most of those. We had a few tiles in here. There's a racing set in here too, but and there's a police station. That's what this plate's from. That cleaned up really nicely. It's basically mint condition, but I'm missing so many parts that I don't think that I'm going to try to actually build it with what's here, at least. I did end up saving and cleaning all of those Duplo parts, and I'll just end up putting those in Clarkman's collection. This is the fire truck, or at least the parts of it that were still intact, and then there's the police truck as well. And I'm going to use my collection and possibly what's on the table over there to complete these. But speaking of that, on the table there is where our journey continues. Beside all of these vintage Lego yard sale parts, we have more vintage Lego yard sale parts. Starting with this bowl, I've already cleaned the parts in here. It was actually inside a container just like this that was blue, and I've already sold that off. And that was a pretty good sale, getting all of these parts for free. I mainly bought it just for this. I have a Space Police set from when I was a kid. In fact, I recently just found it in the storage room of Doom. I'll put a little shot of it here if you want to see which one I had, and I'm hoping to recreate that as well. But these parts are all pretty much what you see over here, other than a couple yellow windshield pieces, which are nice to have. I do not have many of these in my collection, so we'll just kind of put these out. And I'm going to organize this, or I guess the word would be sort this, into all of this collection, because this is going to be going into what I already have. But what I want to show you, and I'm going to be working on this in the process because I have to go through this collection of Lego and what's in here, and this stuff needs cleaned. It's actually a good thing because I want to show you the process of using the ultrasonic cleaner once again and show you everything that's inside here. In the limited space that we have left, vintage Lego is taking over my entire tables here, and I'm here for it. It wasn't really my intention for everything that I'm sharing in this video to be vintage Lego, but towards the end of the season, and when times got tough, particularly with this haul that I had, $4 I paid for this. It was a day where I wasn't finding any Lego, and desperation set in. I ended up paying $4 for what you see in here, and this is just breaking open first of all, but it's mainly just basic bricks that I really don't need more of. There are a couple other pieces in here. Let's get into this, and I'll show you what's all in here, and then we'll get into this one. This is slightly better than that. I should have probably also mentioned in the intro that the Lego that I'll be cleaning and organizing, not necessarily the most exciting Lego, and maybe that's why it sat so long. Clark and I did find some really great stuff for $10 that I made a whole, I think maybe a series of videos on. It was all exciting. This stuff kind of just sat on the floor down here, and now I'm tired of it being on the floor. I want it organized. And let's see if there's anything in here. Oh, we got something that someone built. I talked about this in the last video where something like this could have been built 40 years ago. The person that built this could be 50 by now. Is there, oh, here's a little something. I'm always drawn to the non-Lego stuff. Let me know if anybody knows what this is. You might need a new pair of glasses. But we have this little, it kind of looks like a little robot of sorts. No idea what that is. He's kind of rubbery. Maybe that'll be something that's, maybe that's the find of the lot here. I don't know. I am seeing these, which are kind of nice to have, hopefully in focus. You know, we'll trust the camera to have everything in focus here. Final last words, famous last words. We got some tires or some wheels there. That is basically it. This is probably one of the most interesting pieces, and this is Duplo, I believe. Make sure that is actually Lego. Yeah, it's Duplo. And it's cracked right there, which is a bummer. But it's got the string. Oh, that's satisfying. Can we get the sound effect? Some ASMR for you guys. Yeah? You're like, what did I subscribe to? What is this? But yeah, that was not the most exciting thing that we've ever, what is this? That we've ever come across. That's not Lego. How did that get in there? This is like, looks to be pure Lego with the exception of this piece and this little guy here. But yeah, somehow, for some reason, this was me when I came to my senses after paying $4 for this. This was me. The way I think of it though, that's less money than I would have spent on a Lego poly bag and really adds to the collection over here that we are apparently starting in vintage Lego. Once we put these in there and put that stuff in, of which I'm gonna clean first. Now that I have my ultrasonic cleaner, it's just a no-brainer to do that. Even though these parts look pretty darn clean, I still want to clean them nonetheless. And why don't we do that now, and that can be running while we do the next part. This thing right here, which some say looks like a deep fryer, is actually my ultrasonic cleaner, and this is what I've been using to clean all my Lego parts lately. It's much easier than taking them out and scrubbing them with a toothbrush or putting them in soapy water yourself. All you have to do is you fill this up with some water, you put a little dish soap in here. This actually powers on, and I heat the water up, and I'll see if I can swing this around. It's kind of a pain the way I have it set up here. This is not intended to be where this thing goes. It's supposed to be in the storage room, but it's such an absolute nightmare in there in terms of items that it's been here for months. So put down on like 33, and then I start the heater, and this is the timer over here. But to do that, I need to grab one of these bags, which I got on Amazon. These are like, I guess, laundry bags, and they're perfect for this if you don't like scooping pieces out of there one by one. We'll take this over here, and I'll take all of those parts that I just showed you, and we'll put them in this bag. Usually try to break everything apart too. That way every surface gets clean, so we'll just break all these stacks up. Pretty easy to do, and pretty satisfying as well, I must say. I probably could have left this, considering it's all just bricks. I don't need brick. I mean, someone told me you can never have too much Lego, but I'm probably good with just regular bricks and stuff. Like, there's never going to be something that I build that I use all of my bricks for. Although that would be a good challenge. While I was breaking those apart, I started looking at this guy again, and my curiosity got the best of me, so I did an eBay image search. And holy moly, this guy is going for like $20. He's a Schrapper Megastar Aqua Fighters 1.5-inch Stomper Pilot minifigure, 1985. Are you serious? I don't feel so bad about this now. Let's look at sold listings. We don't want to get all excited if they're not actually selling for that, but holy moly. That would be crazy. Yeah, there you go. $21.95 with $4.95 shipping. That could be the most valuable thing that I found in the last 2 days of going through this. This little guy who just snuck his way in there somehow, in some way. Oh my gosh, there's two of them for $43. That is insane. I've never heard of these before, but apparently they're a thing. And I'm betting that that this $4 wasn't such a bad investment now, was it? In fact, look at that. It's like real size. That's pretty funny. But yeah, very cool. I'm going to make sure I keep that safe. And we'll put that on eBay. That'll more than cover everything that I have here. But in the meantime, let's get these bagged up. That right there is why I love getting miscellaneous Lego lots. You just never know what you're going to find inside. And it's an adventure. It really is. Just looking through there. Oh, I should change my face. Do I have a happy face? Yes. Let's change it. We need to make this proper now. This is how I feel now after finding that little score in there. We just changed it all around. So that was, dude, that was cool. So anytime you find Even something like this that seems like it might be a complete waste of your time. Why not try it? $4, what do you have to lose? $4? You got a whole bunch of bricks for your collection to add to your challenge of building something with all of your pieces. I forgot about this one. If anybody knows what that is, let me know. I will not be looking that up. That'd be worth like 50. Can you imagine? My luck, that was it. Like that was all the luck that I had probably for like the next 3 years right there. Just in this little guy. It's all gone now. It's done. It's actually got me a little sad that yard sale season's over. It's gonna be, oh, I found another non-Lego piece in here. Snuck its way in somehow. But I'm just putting these all in this bag. You kind of see how this is. It should probably go in as 2 different lots into the machine, but this stuff's pretty clean, so I'm just gonna run it as one. We'll give it a rip and just seal that up like that, and we take it over. While we're over there, this thing should be heating up, although it takes a very long time. Most of the heat will come from just running this, and I might run it twice actually, but you just drop that in there. And the cool thing about this thing has like a basket. I mean, not really necessary for this, but it allows everything to get under there. This uses ultrasonic sound waves, essentially, to like attack the dirt and dust on things and shake it off, more or less. That's how I understand an ultrasonic cleaner to work. So you kind of just push these down, allow some space. Ideally, I would have probably split that in 2, like I mentioned. I have 3 of these bags, so we could have easily done that, but I guess I'm just being lazy with these. Make sure both of these are in, because you can kind of put them out like that. And then we put this lid on. And this is where I've got to warn you. This thing makes a really obnoxious noise. Clarkman hates it, as does this camera, but I don't know if this microphone, how it'll do with it. So I'm gonna turn this on and we'll see just how bad this is for future reference. And I'll listen to it back just so I know if I can do the next part of this while this is running. I'm gonna leave this on 5 minutes and then we'll probably do 2 rounds, but I will click the button and how bad is it? Can you hear anything that I'm saying? It should be a little better because it's like, it's here, right? I'm just this little microphone right here. Can you hear anything that I'm saying? Would it be detrimental if I went through this right now? I don't know if I want to risk it. I can wait 5 minutes. I'll do some sorting over here. If you can even hear what I'm saying now, we'll get this sorted out. My ultrasonic cleaner just turned off, so hopefully you can hear me perfectly once again. I did end up getting all of the pieces from that smaller lot organized into the piles for the bigger lot, if that makes any sense. But while I was doing that, I came across a few discoveries that I want to share with you, starting with the part of the Space Police set that I showed earlier. I did a Google image search on that, and it turns out that it's this set right here. This is Space Police 2 Rebel Hunter, set number 6897, and as you can see, I've got pretty much the whole front end of that. In fact, I would say that I'm pretty close to maybe being able to build the whole thing, although I am seeing that Space Police part right there, which I do have, but it's for the other set that I showed earlier. Oh man, I could do this, I bet, but there's what that piece is. And then the other stuff, these yellow windshield pieces I showed you earlier, they're always cool to have. This hinge, kind of neat as well. I don't have anything like this in the collection. No hinge piece like that. And then probably the coolest thing of all, outside of the Space Police partial set, is this minifig right here. And I thought I would use this as an opportunity to show you Brickognize and how Clark and I have been using it to identify minifigs and make sure that they're built up properly. I use this website called Brickognize. I just made a little shortcut for it there because we use it so much. And it's free to use, so anybody can do this, but you can either upload or take a photo of an item that you want to identify. So you just click on camera, and then you try to get a good shot of your figure, or really any Lego element you want. And then you just click OK here, and it will try to recognize this. I don't know if this guy's built to spec. It looks like he is though, and he is a UFO droid, blue, Tech Droid 1. And there it shows you the Bricklink ID. In fact, if you click this, it'll take you right over to Bricklink. And if you're trying to inventory a minifig, and I know this is probably not the best way to show this, you can see everything that goes with him there. And he is built properly, which is pretty cool. And you can even see a price guide. And his average price is $2.27. So the funny thing is, this guy right here is 10 times more expensive, or maybe rare, than what this guy is. But I just thought that was really cool. And we only paid like $5 for all that stuff that you just saw there, including this. And then I sold the blue container that it was in for $16, I believe. So that made out pretty well on that one. Anyways, I just wanted to show that too. Brickognize has been a lifesaver for me with trying to like guess what things are. It makes life so easy. In fact, I wonder, let's have some fun here real quick before we go get our stuff out of the ultrasonic cleaner. Let's try this piece out and see if it recognizes this whole thing. Do you think it will? Let's just try that. It's like a really off photo. It's at a different angle. Let's see if it finds it. Right there it is. It's a Duplo hose reel. Okay, let's see. What's the price guide? $1.34. And how many are for sale? 12 items for sale. Mine could be one of them, but that darn crack there really kind of foils my plan. But that's a cool piece just to keep, and it's satisfying to click too. I mentioned that. All right, let's go over and get our stuff. We come over to the deep fryer, and as you can see, it's no time left. It's now at 33 degrees Celsius. The water is nice and warm, and our pieces are done. Now you see how much soap I have in here. I probably went a little overboard with that. So what I usually do is just bring it over here to the sink, and then I turn the water on, and I just kind of rinse it, just to make sure there's no soap residue left on those parts. I got the comment a few times that people use a salad spinner to dry these things off, so you put it in there and spin it around, and the centrifugal force would put the water out, but I just kind of let it sit there for a bit, and it'll be okay. And as you can see over here, these were just cleaned this morning, and they're all pretty much dry, so you can do whatever suits best for you in your situation, but we're good there. I'm gonna leave this on and the water in it. You can reuse the water if it's not super dirty, and that water seems to be okay, because we're gonna get into the red container. I've got 12 feet of table, and we are basically pushing it to the edge here, but I wanted to share this with you because this is what that UFO droid and that stuff was inside. It was inside one of these. This one I don't think I'm gonna be able to sell. It's pretty worked. I might be able to get that off. It looks like some paint or something, but inside here, the reason I got this, and I think I might have taken the piece out. Oh no, I didn't. I got another one of those Lego flags. This was the same day that I found this stuff over here. I found 3 Lego flags in one day, something I've never had before in my collection. And I was just like, that's crazy. So I think I got this, it was like $3 or something like that. And I mainly got it for the flag, but I'll show you everything else that's in here. Let me put you on a tripod so I don't make you sick waving the camera all around. I'm not sure if there's anything in here that's gonna light anyone's world on fire. We do have a little ad in here. Lego toys, the toy children add to rather than outgrow. I can confirm that. I'm 40 years old right now. How old do you think that girl is currently? That's crazy. Grow up with Lego. That right there is what Lego is all about to me. And that darn flag, there it is, in all of its glory on the top of her really epic build for a little kid. I doubt she actually built that. Do you think? They probably just parked her there and she was playing with it, took a picture. But that's like what my childhood looked like in Lego. About that. I don't know what this is doing in here. Does anybody need a Cars, I think it's like maybe a pullback? Yeah, no, the wheel, it doesn't even have any wheels, just these two under here. That might be going to the donate pile. But inside here, there is a whole bunch of just basic, some minifig legs. There might be something in here, and I'll show you, this will give me an opportunity to show you what I hate about these containers. It's these edges. There's no like good edge on this, and there's like a lip that goes under the whole side, so like you can put your hand under there, and it's a mother to try to get the parts out of here, or you get them all out. But we're gonna dump this over here. It just became a Brickitect video. Yeah, I hate these things. I think these are from 1984. The year I was born, and the year that Lego made a mistake in engineering. Because like, see how this is? It's terrible. You got like, all those pieces get stuck under there. And if you had one of these, you probably know exactly what I'm talking about. These parts definitely need cleaning. These are, ugh. I should be wearing gloves, honestly. But we'll survive this. See, look, just trying to get those out. Isn't that a pain? Isn't that terrible? I don't know who would want one of these. Unless you're the person that bought it from me, which if you were, thank you so much. I hope you enjoy it. It's just, they're just not practical. Give me my pieces. Anyways, I think we got everything out of there. Cobwebs excluded. There's a flower piece. I definitely need that. I can't live my life without having that last flower piece, but oh, this stuff is dirty. Minifig head on the floor. That's what we needed. We need another little happy face minifig head. Here's everything that came out of here. This is a nice, colorful collection. Oh gosh, don't lose this guy. He's gonna get lost in the mix. We'll put him somewhere safe. The most valuable thing out of all this. And then there's those guys, but here's what we got. Anything good? Oh, I shouldn't have thrown that minifig head in. There's the rest of his body. There he is right there. Pretend he's together. Anything good in here that you guys are spotting? Anything incredible that you need in your life? There's his hair. This is definitely an 80s lot. There's some yellow legs. I saw those in there. Could always use some yellow legs. There's a hat, old school Lego hat. A door. Why couldn't that have been a brown castle door? That would have been crazy. This piece we're going to put into the donation. Where are those little hats too? Where's the rest of the fig that goes with them? Is there any torsos in here? There's more legs. Where's the rest of these guys? They got a rubber band in there. Gross. There's a torso. All basic stuff. So we probably have enough to make another fig here. We got that guy, and that guy's got his choice of pants. I don't think there's any like set in here, although maybe if you recognize these yellow doors from something. That's what it is. Got a ladder. Oh, there's a minifig head right there. Need that. And there's girl's hair. Wow, this feels like my childhood. Oh, there's some type of grime and gunk beside that. But we have 2 minifigs out of here. Again, I paid like $3 for this. We got a couple plates. How are these plates looking? Not bad. Looking pretty good. Could always use those. Got 3 of them. And some wheels, tires, windows, lots of windows, lots of slopes. This stuff I'm gonna need to clean. This will be, yeah, ooh, this stuff definitely needs in the ultrasonic cleaner, which is why I left it on. And what I guess we're gonna do next. Oh gosh, I don't know if that, oh, I might not even run that through. There's some parts that maybe just can't even be saved, but even though there's no major scores in here and these parts are pretty dirty, I do appreciate it that it's all pretty much Lego. Some damaged parts in here too, and there was that big piece that came out, but for the most part Lego, and I'm happy to add it to the collection. I would say it's a problem at this point. I can never have enough Lego. Oh goodness gracious, yeah, like even the ultrasonic cleaner doesn't stand a chance to that, although it might be kind of fun to see what it would do to that. I need to break these down some more. I'm gonna bag these up, probably make it in like 2 rounds, and then we'll throw it in the cleaner and keep recycling and repeating, I suppose. Being that I already showed you the process for the cleaner and the fact that this is all just pretty much basic Lego, I think maybe I'll just cut this part here. I'll do all this off camera and get it sorted out. Just imagine all of this being clean and more or less being in this pile right here. But yeah, we'll put this in here. I'm gonna donate that. That's all for American Rescue Workers. Hopefully somebody can play with that or use it, or they can make money and donate it or do something good with it. But this is pretty much everything that came out of the end of yard sale season 2025. A lot of 1980s and early 90s vintage stuff. I'm gonna get this out of here so it doesn't get lost in the mix too, along with that little guy. That was the hero of the show today. But I'm gonna go through all this, get it all cleaned up. Then we'll take it out of the cleaner. I usually set it out to dry, as you saw over there too. And then everything that's in good condition will go into my collection, into the bricks bin, I suppose, if you want to call it that. Mrs. Brickitect texting me. She said, Greg, only you can make a video about cleaning and organizing Legos. So darn interesting. I will not share that with you. she didn't say that at all. She has an appointment today. But anyways, that's what I got up to and into today. Just kind of working my way through this, getting this off of the to-do list and mostly off of my floor and into the collection, and maybe even on eBay along with that stuff too. If you want to buy in this stuff, it's on my Greg's Collection eBay store, which I'll pin as a comment down below. If anybody wants to sponsor this video and this collection, you'll pretty much pay for all of it. And I appreciate that. And I appreciate you watching. I hope you enjoyed this little journey in Lego, and we'll keep it going. I got a lot everywhere I look. I keep saying it. Everywhere I look down here, there's something to be done. So there's no excuse for me not to have tons of videos out for you guys, and that's what I pledge to do. So thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you after I save you from all this cleaning that I have to do. We'll see you in the next video.